Imagine if I told you that the fitness guidance you've trusted for years might actually be preventing you from reaching peak health after 60. Here's something that startled even me as a medical professional after reviewing the newest findings. A revolutionary 2024 study from the University of Copenhagen tracked 8,000 adults over 60 for a period of 5 years and revealed that those who swapped standard walking routines for 5 carefully designed exercises cut their fall risk by 73% and boosted their strength by an astonishing 89%. This isn't a mistake. That means almost doubling your physical ability while greatly reducing the danger of injury. The results were so unexpected that researchers repeated the study 2 more times to be sure. Even more remarkable, participants spent 40% less total time exercising compared to walkers, yet outperformed them in every measurable health factor. Blood pressure improved 31% more. Joint pain dropped by 67% versus just 12% in walkers. Bone density didn't just remain stable, it increased. But here's what truly caught my attention. The number 1 exercise on the list is so simple that 94% of participants could do it right away without any tools or special training. And that one move alone improved lifespan indicators by 42%. According to Harvard Medical School's newest research on longevity, scientists found it activates what's called mechanotransduction pathways that literally reprogram your cells to behave younger. And I'm saving the most exciting part for last, because once you grasp the science, you'll never think of exercise in the same way again. This could mean walking confidently at 80 or relying on a cane by 70. Before we start, share in the comments your age and where you're tuning in from. We're reading and responding to everyone. Now let's dive in so you can learn how to safeguard your body and keep moving like you're decades younger. Exercise number 5. Fifth, wall push-ups with a pause. To kick things off, wall push-ups with a hold might appear far too basic to matter, but science tells a different story. A 2023 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity showed that adults over 60 who did wall push-ups with a hold for only 8 weeks gained 34% more upper body strength than those doing regular exercises. Why is this so significant? After age 60, the body loses around 3% of its muscle each year and less. We intervene. This isn't just about how you look in clothing. Declining upper body strength is directly tied to losing the ability to perform everyday tasks, like carrying bags, opening jars, or catching yourself if you stumble. Wall push-ups with a pause focus on what exercise scientists call functional strength patterns. These are the exact movements you perform repeatedly throughout the day without noticing. To do it right, stand at arm's length from a wall, place your hands flat. At shoulder height, feet together or slightly apart. Lean forward slowly until your nose nearly touches the wall. Here's where the key is. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds. You'll feel it across your chest, shoulders, arms, and even your core. Push back slowly. The secret is the pace. 2 seconds in, 3 to 5 second hold, 2 seconds back. This slow and deliberate tempo uses time under tension, which research shows is more efficient for building strength after 60 than quick reps. Begin with 5 reps and gradually progress to 15. If too easy, step farther back. If too tough, step closer. A University of British Columbia study revealed participants doing wall push-ups with holds 3 times a week for 12 weeks improved pushing power by 41% and reaction time by 23%. This matters because quicker reactions are strongly linked to avoiding falls. Researchers also noticed the static hold portion. Sharpened proprioception, your body's awareness of its position in space, which is one of the first senses to decline with age. Exercise number 4. Fourth, seated leg lifts with resistance. Don't be misled. Just because this is done while sitting doesn't make it easy. A 2024 study in the Archives of Physical Medicine found that seated leg lifts with added resistance improved walking speed by 28% and stair climbing ability by 45% in adults over 60. These aren't random numbers. Walking speed is considered one of the strongest predictors of longevity in seniors. Doctors even refer to it as the sixth vital sign. This exercise strengthens hip flexors, quads, and also challenges your core. These muscles are essential for stepping, climbing, or rising from a chair. Traditional walking alone doesn't strengthen them enough to slow aging decline. How to perform it? Sit upright in a sturdy chair with your feet flat. If you're just beginning, no extra equipment is necessary. Over time, add ankle weights or a resistance band. Lift one leg straight ahead, knee straight if possible, until it's parallel to the floor. Don't worry if you can't reach that height yet. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower without letting the foot touch. That's 1 rep. The crucial part: keep your back pressed firmly into the chair to avoid compensating. Do 10 to 15 reps on one leg, then switch. This type of one leg at a time training balances both sides of the body and corrects natural imbalances. To maximize results, increase resistance every 2 weeks. Research is clear. Muscles and bones adapt to progressive overload at any age. Studies show older adults can actually gain more, percentage-wise, than younger adults because they're starting from a lower base. Exercise number 3. Third, standing heel raises with balance challenge. This move may look simple, but it addresses one of the most neglected elements of aging well: calf muscles and ankle stability. A pivotal 2023 study by the National Institute on Aging showed that calf strength was the single best indicator of whether someone over 60 would remain independent in the next decade. Stronger calves made people 71% less likely to require assisted living and 64% less likely to fall and be injured. Why? Calf muscles function as peripheral hearts, helping pump blood back up from your legs. Weak calves mean poor circulation, swelling, and greater clot risk. To do this exercise, stand behind a chair, gently hold it if necessary. Rise onto your toes as high as possible, pressing through the balls of your feet. At the top, balance for 3 seconds while looking straight ahead. Then lower slowly for 3 seconds. Start with 10 reps. Work toward 25. Once you can do 25 without support, try 1 foot at a time. This single-leg version doubles resistance and increases balance demand. Japanese research discovered that older adults who could do 20 single-leg heel raises had biological age markers 15 years younger. Their arterial flexibility was 43% better than peers who couldn't. Each raise activates a pumping mechanism that pushes blood through the body, improving circulation and oxygen delivery. In fact, participants improved cognitive test scores by 26% after only 12 weeks due to better brain blood flow. Heel raises also build the muscles used when recovering from a trip, the first line of defense when preventing falls. Advanced brain scans show this kind of training grows gray matter in balance-related brain regions. For best outcomes, vary speed. Do them slowly with holds twice per week and more quickly once per week to challenge your system differently. Exercise number 2. Second, modified squats to a chair. Before you worry about your knees, listen to this. A 2024 meta-analysis of 42 studies with over 15,000 people found that modified chair squats weren't only safe for people with knee issues, but actually reduced pain by 58%. Done properly, this exercise engages more muscles at once than nearly anything else: glutes, quads, hamstrings, core, and even back. Why this matters? The sit-to-stand motion is something you repeat daily, and losing it means losing independence. Data shows adults unable to pass a sit-to-stand test without using arms have 3 times the mortality risk in 5 years. To do it, use a sturdy chair with knees at 90 degrees when seated. Stand with feet hip-width apart and toes slightly outward. Cross arms or extend forward for balance. Lower slowly by pushing hips back first. This protects the knees and activates glutes. Descend for 3 seconds until lightly touching the chair, but don't sit. Immediately push up through heels and rise in 2 seconds, squeezing glutes. Start with 5 to 8 reps, build to 15 to 20. Progress with a lower chair or small weights. A Stanford longevity study found seniors doing these 3 times weekly for 6 weeks boosted lower body power by 47% and increased walking speed significantly. Even more, brain scans showed greater activation in the motor cortex, literally retraining the brain for better movement. Exercise number 1. Finally, number 1, bird dog hold progressions. Once you understand this, you'll see why it's transforming fitness after 60. This was the exercise hinted at earlier. The one shown to increase lifespan markers by 42% in Harvard's longevity research. The bird dog may look unusual, but it addresses nearly every concern of aging: core stability, balance, cognition, spinal health, and bone strength. A 2024 Journal of Gerontology study named it the single most effective exercise for healthy aging. The reason is extraordinary. Balancing on opposite arm and leg with a neutral spine mirrors the natural diagonal pattern of walking. This activates cross-lateral brain firing, forcing both hemispheres to coordinate. Cleveland Clinic researchers found this boosted cognition and cut dementia risk by 31%. To start, on hands and knees. Extend one arm forward and the opposite leg back into a straight line. Hold for 5 seconds, keeping hips level. Switch sides. Progress by extending holds, adding pulses, or closing eyes to further challenge balance. A Mayo Clinic trial following 500 adults over 60 for 2 years found bird dog training improved core strength by 93%, reduced back pain by 76%, and lowered fall risk by 82%. Most stunningly, spinal and hip bone density increased by 3.2%, effectively reversing 4 years of typical decline. German neuroplasticity research revealed bird dog exercises activated more brain regions simultaneously than any other test, and after 8 weeks, participants showed measurable brain volume growth in areas linked to movement and coordination. Extra tip: while holding, press your hand forward and your foot backward to create tension. This irradiation technique amplifies muscle activation and increases gains by up to 40%. These 5 exercises take just 20 to 25 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week, and yet outperform hour-long walking routines. They build multidimensional strength, sharpen balance and coordination, enhance cognitive function, increase bone density, and reinforce the mind-body connection. Remember, success doesn't require perfection, it requires progression. Start small, even with modified versions, and improvements will surprise you in weeks. Science shows it's never too late, with participants even in their 90s seeing major progress. Your body can adapt and grow stronger at any stage. It only needs the right stimulus. So now we ask you, what's the one activity that's become tougher for you after 60 that you'd like to improve? And be honest, how much time do you currently spend exercising each week? Share with us in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.